Hello everyone, this is Suitcase Psychic Fatima, here to give you your 5 to 10 day forecast. So we're going to do things a little differently today. I'm going to do a pyromancy reading. So pyromancy is about reading candle flame or flame in general. So I have 2 candles for you to choose from and 1 card as well. This deck is from Modest Mouse Seek and Find Tarot. It glows under black light. Unfortunately, I don't have a black light yet, but it's coming. They're beautiful cards, highly recommend. So we're going to have the first pile here, which is pile 1. It's going to be this white candle here. Pile 2, this green candle. I'm also going to be using some divination dice. So we're going to see what important dates you have to look out for and what important astrological signs that may come up that you may be meeting or that may be relevant as far as dates coming up, okay? So go ahead, take a moment. You can pause the video if you need to, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello pile 1, if you chose this white candle, this is your reading, so let's get started. I want to say that your candle gave me a hard time going into the candle holder. So some of you might be stuck or might be trying to fit into some place or some group that isn't really vibing well. Like perhaps you are feeling like you need to... Oh, and the candle went out, so I had to relight it. Perhaps you're trying to fit into a certain friend circle, job, something of the sort. It really feels like there's something that is feeling kind of stuck. Like there's 2 stories here, maybe even 3. We'll continue going with the flame, but right off the bat, I feel like for some of you, maybe you just feel like stuck in a certain path or a certain direction, not knowing where to go next or what route to take next. For others of you, you feel like you're stuck in similar patterns. And so you're kind of like wondering how you break free from that. It can be stuck with the same routine every day. It can be stuck basically with the same people, same friend group, same circle of people that you're kind of, you know, wanting to explore outside of, you know. So that's another option that I'm seeing here. The third one is that it's kind of slightly different, but you know, take this message if it resonates with you. Another thing that I'm feeling is that some of you might be trying to fit in to a certain group of people, whether it is a new job or whether it is some kind of hobby that you've taken up that involves socializing with others, whether it's school, a class, you know, even like maybe there's family members that you're just meeting or you haven't seen in a while and you're trying to fit in more. But Spirit is saying if that one, the third option, like the third thing that I brought up is your reading or is your message rather, that you really need to kind of go back inward and look upon yourself and ask yourself why you feel like you need to fit in with these people. And also remember too that you are unique and there's no one else like you. So people are attracted to different, even though they may try to make it seem like, oh, that's weird, or I don't want anything to do with that person because they're super weird. A lot of that comes from their own insecurities of being truly who they are supposed to be, not being in their authenticity. And when you're 100% in your authenticity, you will find people who support you on that journey and on that path. And I guarantee you, you will go further than those people who limit themselves because they're too afraid to go out of their bounds. They mock you because they're too afraid to do what you've been doing. Well, there's a big breeze that went by. I'm going to take that as confirmation. So yeah, so Spirit is really channeling right now and they really wanted to give you that message. So for whoever needed to hear that message, this is for you. So again, we're going to circle back to this being your next 5 to 10 day reading. Sorry, just tuning in here. So I also see for someone that there may be a career change that they're considering. I feel like somebody is really bored or stuck at their job. See, here's the stuck thing again. And again, it's because the candle was trying to fit in somewhere and also got stuck. So both of these messages may fit you, or just one of them. So take whichever one does. So for those that are feeling like they're stuck in a job, the next 5 to 10 days are about you figuring out what your value is and what your worth is. How much are you willing to put up with in your job in order to continue staying there? And what have you been doing at your job that you feel that you're either unfairly paid for or fairly paid for? Start making a list of the pros and cons. And if you do decide that you want to look further, I do see you finding something within the next 2 weeks. Now, when I say that, I don't necessarily mean starting a new job in the next 2 weeks, but maybe you've already been looking and you may hear back from a certain job. Or if that's not the case, there is a chance that while you're job searching, you will find something that really, really fits everything that you've been looking for, feeds the soul. And Spirit is saying to take that initiative, to listen to your intuition, because it is guiding you in that direction. Okay, let's see what else. Some of you might be anxious, and this is kind of a continuation of the new moon. There's this feeling of anxiety, especially social anxiety, obligations of having to meet with people, and then kind of hermiting or staying in the next 5 to 10 days. Pile 1, Spirit is saying that you need to take time for yourself. Really balance your emotions, really figure out, balance your energy too, because I feel like a lot of you have been waking up very tired, more exhausted than usual. You feel like you want to take a nap in the middle of the day. Things have been really slow and sluggish for you, which is interesting because I believe that we are in some kind of astrological transit where Leo is involved. So we should actually be having a lot more energy, and we should be able to do the things that we need to do. And perhaps that was you last week or towards the end of last week, but now it's like your body is, and your mind and your energy level, it is so drained. So Spirit is saying for whatever reason that you're this exhausted, take time for yourself. And one of the things I'm hearing is that there's just a lot of emotional stuff going on. So it's interesting you picked the white candle. It makes me think of peace. And when I think of peace, I think of water and the ocean. And the ocean represents Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So the water signs, as does the moon. And, these are all colors. This white is representative of the moon. So there's definitely something with the moon and the tides that is making you a little bit more emotional, perhaps a little more sensitive. So Spirit is saying to take the next week to not only relax, but also to take a step back, figure out what it is that you want. And they're saying, I'm getting Virgo energy. So Virgo is all about planning and organizing. So Spirit is saying to make sure that you write things down and, keep track of what it is that you need and what it is that's no longer serving you. Okay, pile 1, let's go ahead and read your card now. Let's see what you got. You got the 10 of Cups. Yes, this is all about emotions. This is also about harmony, abundance, mostly in your personal relationships, whether platonic, romantic, or otherwise, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and read what the 10 of Cups says for you. So it says happiness, fulfillment, appreciating what you have. So there's also this message here that I'm getting, a message of gratitude. So make sure that you also, remind Spirit that you're grateful for things. When things get really, really hard, remember that you're not alone, okay? That's what Spirit really wants to say, is that you're not alone. If you look at this card, there's more than one person here, and they're playing and they're splashing in this beautiful waterfall. So Spirit is saying you're not alone, to keep following your heart and your intuition. And again, water. I knew we'd pull water. I was definitely feeling that for you. So we're going to do one more thing, and that is going to be the divination dice. Okay, pile 1, now we are going to read your divination dice. So these dice here, I have zodiac signs on this die, and I also have numbers on this one. So we're going to first look at what important zodiac signs. So these are signs that are going to belong to people you may meet or anything like that, that are going to stand out to you the most, that are probably going to enter your life or be really important in the next week and a half. Okay, so we have Cancer, and I'll do 2 more times. Okay, that looks like Sagittarius, if you can see. All right, and one more time. So we have Cancer, Sagittarius, and we have Virgo here. Okay, so we had Cancer, Sagittarius, and Virgo, which is interesting because I did say something about Virgo vibes, right? Make sure that you're documenting things, kind of taking time for yourself. Cancer, again, is a water sign. You know, we have ties to the moon here, the tides, the water. And then Sagittarius is a fire sign, and we do have this pyromancy that is part of this reading here. Fire signs, again, taking action, but Sagittarius, they're very interesting because they're spontaneous. So, and also like super creative. So I think this is kind of a message to you that it's time to look within yourself, and when you are ready, time to act boldly on what it is that you want. Okay, because that's what Sagittarius is about, like acting boldly, you know, just going out and doing what it is you need to do with pure abandon. It reminds me of the Fool card in the tarot. Okay, so definitely focus on what it is that you want, what it is that you need, and then start processing that and remember who you are, okay? Also, water can be important. So if you live by the ocean or a body of water, I recommend maybe taking a dip or getting your toes wet. Pools are also fine. I'm also hearing, you know, if you have a bathtub, running a salt bath or anything like that. So I do also make bath salts that are for cleansing and also for any other spiritual things that you may need. So if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and DM me. I am opening up my shop soon, so be aware of that. Important dates. So let's see. Important dates. We'll go with a whole month of November. There's only about 2 weeks left. So more like 3 weeks. And as I said that, 3. Okay. So this could actually be since the 3rd pass. I'd say like 3 days from now. Pay attention to that. Or a date with a 3 in it. 11. 11, 11. I think we do 2 more. You got 3 again. Interesting. Huh. Number 3 is going to be very important. 3 reminds me of collaboration. Also reminds me of the workplace. Okay? 3 could be your lucky number next week, so keep an eye out for 333. So because we got this twice, I'm going to roll it 2 more times. We have 7. 7 days from now or 1 week. Or any date with the number 7 in it, the month of November. We have 3 again. Oh my goodness. Okay, one more time. Definitely look out for 333. 12. I don't remember if we had, yeah, 12. Okay, no, we did not pull 12 yet. So 12, 11, and 3. Those are your 3 numbers, 3 dates to look out for. It could be 12, 12, 11, 11, 11, 3. Could also be any date with 12 or 21, 11 or 1s in it, and also anything with 3, 13, 31, and so forth. Don't know how many days, or 30. I don't know how many days are in November, so take that as you will. Don't have a calendar in front of me, sorry. But that is your message, pile 1. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will let your candle continue to burn so that it can continue to bring in positive energy and help you through the rest of the week. So if you enjoyed this reading, I'm actually going to be doing another pyromancy reading. This is going to be all about what is next for you in love. So that's going to be on the full moon, and I will also be doing a ceremony on the full moon too that you can also sign up for, another ritual. The last one was amazing. Thank you for everybody who signed up for that one. That was the releasing one, and now we're going to do another ritual. I haven't come up with the idea yet, but possibly in the lines or scope of manifestation, all right? So if you're interested in any of those options, or you want a private reading, whether it's pyromancy, tarot, coffee readings, mediumship, or anything like that, go ahead and message me on Instagram, suitcase_psychic. Please share this reading with anyone you think might benefit from it. And until next time, bye. Okay, pile 2. I feel like I had to adjust the camera a couple times, so you may need to make some kind of adjustment in your life. Spirit is saying that there's going to be something that comes up that's going to be a surprise, a shock, or a change. So get ready to be a little bit more adaptable, flexible, and to be prepared for what's coming next. And this is coming up in the next 5 to 10 days. So a friend might surprise you with some information or some news. I'm also hearing a friend or somebody that you know. This could be a coworker or a family member even, or even an acquaintance, may do something that shocks you or causes you to be really disappointed in them. So take this only if it resonates, but somebody might be showing their true colors. Or if there's something, let's say it's a family member, for example, and you always thought they thought one way about a certain situation or about you or whatever the case is, you're going to find out the total opposite. Somebody's going to be showing their true colors, whether it's personally telling you how they're feeling by having an outburst or just outwardly saying it, or doing something that will show you, or even not doing something, if that makes sense. So let's say that will show you their true colors. So let's say they're supposed to pick you up from the airport, for example, and you like plan this trip and everything, you've been talking about it, and you're at the airport and they never show up, and you message them and they ignore you, or they're basically like, I don't owe you anything. True story, this happened to me once. And they were like, I never promised that, you know? It just like, be aware of the people around you. It is going to be shocking when something like this happens. I'm feeling a lot of Leo energy, and I think I said that in the first pile as well, but there's something about the moon energy as well. So things are coming to light. You think about the moon and the moon card in tarot, it's things that operate in the shadow, right? So you have in traditional tarot these two scorpions that are going towards the moon, or sometimes it's these two crabs that are going towards the moon. The moon has this pull, this magnetic pull to attract different people to it. And this also goes for information. This also goes for things that are bubbling beneath the surface, things that operate in our shadow side and from our shadow place, because we all have light and dark. We are all light and shadow. It is who we are. It is what makes us human. So Spirit is saying that that's something to look out for. Now, let's see how you're going to handle this, and let's see what else comes up for you. So with the wind coming and going, it will dim the flame slightly, and then it'll pick back up. So I'm getting two messages. One is not dimming your shine. So if you feel like you've been trying to be less than who you really are in order to impress somebody or whatnot, Spirit is saying not to do that anymore. Okay, you may find some information in pile 1 too, because they had a similar message. There's another message here though. And this message is about picking up something that you put down. So there might be a project that you put on hold, or some kind of idea that you had that you may revisit in the next 5 to 10 days. There's something about going back to something that you've previously started. It has Mercury retrograde energy, but with a little bit more passion and a little bit more like action as well. So you know how in Mercury retrograde, we go back to things that we were planning and we kind of fine tune it, make sure everything is how we want it, and then we prepare it for being released later on. In the next 5 to 10 days, you are revisiting an old project, an old idea. You know, this could even be talking to an old friend that you haven't talked to in a while. Whatever the case is, you're going back to something in the past that you've put aside temporarily. And you're going back and thinking, why don't I revisit this again? And why don't I like release it? You know, let's say it's a creative project, an idea, something like that. It's time for you, Spirit is saying it's time for you to focus, buckle down, focus, and it's ready to be released to the world. So that will resonate for those who already know what this idea, this plan, or this project might be. This can also go back to revisiting a job that you may have applied to in the past and maybe you didn't hear back from, and now you're thinking, maybe I should try to reach out again. So take whatever story resonates the most. Some of you may also, another message, be hearing from an ex. So be aware of that. You may get a phone call, text message, email, DM from an ex. Whether it's somebody that you had a positive experience with in the past or somebody that you had a negative experience with in the past, it really doesn't matter. The energy is saying that you know what is best for you, and don't fall into the same traps that you are used to falling into. Be very aware of your surroundings, who you are now, and who you've become. And when it comes to looking back, this is one thing that you do not want to look back on. Do not look back on your old self and repeat those old patterns. This isn't saying not to give this person a chance or not to hear them out. This is saying don't revert to your old ways. So make sure that when you are responding to this person, if they do reach out, you are tapping into your energy of High Priestess, any gender. Foresight, the wisdom, the knowledge of how it used to be with this person. And remember that. You can forgive, but always remember that and don't lose that, because that experience shaped who you are today. So that's what I have for your pyromancy reading. We're going to get into your tarot card and then some divination dice. So stay tuned. I'm going to be letting the candle burn on the side, and this is going to be bringing you luck, money, and creative energy, I'm hearing. So I'm going to have your candle burn down. Let's take a look at your tarot. All right, so let's see what we got here. We have the Eight of Swords. Interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and read this card for a moment, all right? So the Eight of Swords says, feeling oppressed, confusion, manipulation that convinces someone they have no options, self-imposed prison. Interesting. Okay, so we know that in the traditional tarot, the Eight of Swords usually symbolizes a woman who is tied up, she's blindfolded, and she can't escape her bounds, even though she's surrounded by swords, where she's able to basically cut her way free. Now, in this deck in particular, and with this card, they kind of have like a chicken body. And it kind of reminds me, and like, this is not to be rude, so please don't take this personally, but like chickens, I love animals, right? I volunteer for animal sanctuaries, but chickens are normally kind of associated with like cowards, you know, when someone's saying that you're a chicken and this and like that. And it kind of feels like Spirit is telling you to take a chance on something. You know, with the Eight of Swords, it's not that we can't free ourselves from anything that makes us feel stuck, trapped, or whatnot. It's more so a self-imposed prison. We don't allow ourselves that freedom. We don't allow ourselves the chance to explore, the chance to live up to our full potential, live up to our full imagination, put something beautiful out there. So again, this message is kind of emphasizing from Spirit that if you feel like releasing something, and this could also be emotions too, in the next 5 to 10 days, go for it. And what I mean by emotions, meaning that when you think of a chicken and how they use that as like oh, you're a coward, you can't even, you know, you can't even stand up for yourself, you can't even tell me how you feel. So there may be somebody you're standing up to, or Spirit is encouraging you to stand up to them. So be expressive in all aspects of your life, and you're gonna feel that way in the next 5 to 10 days. So don't bottle it up, don't hold it in. You know, don't be rude when you're speaking your mind. I mean, in some cases you may end up being that. Maybe that's just because it's been bottled up for a long time, right? So I'm also hearing right now, just got a side message to write down your thoughts. journal them, whatnot. Whatever the situation is, do not keep it to yourself. Do not bottle it up. That's what Spirit is saying. It will be better for your health, mental, emotional, even physical in some cases, to express yourself. I'm also with the physical, I'm hearing, and a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, so if you ever feel like you need to see a doctor or a professional, please do. But I am hearing that for those of you that are capable of going for walks, especially in nature, I don't know, a lot of people are on different time zones, different temperatures, different environments and terrain. But if you're able to go for a walk or sit outside with a cup of coffee or just be out in nature, Spirit is really encouraging that right now. With this green candle, it shows me that nature is really calling to you. It also shows me to pay attention to your money and also look out for anybody that may have maybe not the best intentions, so evil eye, jealousy. And this is not to freak you out, but just make sure that any accomplishments that you have, you keep them to yourself or only share with people that you truly trust. Okay. And as far as being open and honest about how you're feeling, I'm also hearing pick and choose your battles. So it's almost like, I know these are a lot of different messages, but I'm getting a lot of messages from Spirit. What I mean by that, pick and choose your battles, is like, don't go right up to a boss or something and like tell them off. You know what I mean? But there may be somebody that really pushes your buttons and you're going to choose to either speak your mind or bottle it up. You don't have to bottle it up, but you also don't have to go ham on the person. Speak your mind the way that you would speak to anybody in a professional sense. Be direct, be forward, stand your ground, but don't be rude, and try to get a hold of your emotions. Emotions are going to be coming up a lot for you today, but mostly in the form of suppression. You've been suppressing your emotions for so long that the next 5 to 10 days, it's going to be about releasing that, but in a way that's constructive and in a way that's creative and in a way that will actually lead you to success. So we're going to move into your divination dice and let's see what we got. All right, so for the divination dice, I am going to start with the zodiac die, and we're going to see which zodiac signs are going to be most prominent in the next 5 to 10 days. So these might be people that are going to be in your life that you end up meeting, or just your regular people that you already know that may either, and I'm hearing this is a channel from Spirit, give you really good advice, or be somebody that you may need to talk to or confront. So we have Aquarius, and I'll roll this 2 more times. Pisces, Gemini, Aquarius, Pisces, and Gemini. So those are your 3 zodiac die. Now let's take a look at the number die. So this goes all the way up to the number 12, but we can do a little numerology here and do some adding and subtracting, okay? But you'll feel it when it resonates. We're gonna see what important dates in November stand out. 11/11, 1, 5. So 11, 1, and 5. And I think I'm gonna roll again because I see 11 and 1's kind of similar, right? Oh my gosh, you got 11. Okay, 11/11 might be significant. It's also the wishing portal. So I would say do some kind of ritual on 11/11. Okay, we got 9 or 6. I'm gonna go with 9. It landed that way. So November 9th, okay? November 1st, November 11th are days to look out for. Also, any date that has a 9 in it, the 19th, the 29th, for example, and any day that has a 5 in it. 15th, for example. We already had November 5th that passed. So I would look out for the 15th, the 11th, the 29th, the 19th. Okay? And because we had a 1 initially, and I saw a 6 with the 9, look out for 5 plus 1 is 6. So look out for 6. So November 6th, which just passed, so maybe something significant happened on the 5th or 6th, or November 16th or 26th. Okay, and if you think of any other numbers or dates that resonate with the numbers that I pulled, then take that message with you. So that was your reading. I'm so glad that you enjoyed this. Please like, share, and comment. Let me know which pile you picked. And if you enjoyed these pyromancy videos, I will be doing more in the future. So stay tuned, continue watching to the end, because I'm going to explain some events that I have coming up where you can do different rituals and sign up for them. It's going to be really exciting. We had a ritual that we did for the new moon that came out really, really cool. And basically, I will be doing something for the full moon as well. So thank you so much. Till next time, bye. So if you enjoyed this reading, I'm actually going to be doing another pyromancy reading. This is going to be all about what is next for you in love. So that's going to be on the full moon, and I will also be doing a ceremony on the full moon too that you can also sign up for, another ritual. The last one was amazing. Thank you for everybody who signed up for that one. That was the releasing one, and now we're going to do another ritual. I haven't come up with the idea yet, but possibly in the lines or scope of manifestation. All right. So if you're interested in any of those options, or you want a private reading, whether it's pyromancy, tarot, coffee readings, mediumship, or anything like that, go ahead and message me on Instagram, suitcase_psychic. Please share this reading with anyone you think might benefit from it. And until next time, bye.